It's
Huge news.
Yeah, it's a Christmas miracle in the summertime. Hey, for many, many years, we have wanted to get a Tesla, and
you guys have known that. Those of you guys that have been around a while, you know, Steve's been obsessed with Teslas since they first launched.
You like them too.
Oh, I do. I totally love the whole idea. It's a gadget.
Some of you might not know this, but the long-time viewers know that we've never had a car payment since we've been married, ever. Every car we've ever bought, we've either broke even or made money on it when we sell it. And when we buy cars, we buy that with that in mind. We take our time, we do a lot of shopping, and then we do well with our cars. So with this Tesla, we definitely did not just start looking for a new Tesla.
No. And you guys have known he's wanted one forever.
We've been looking like local, you know, like for Teslas. And it's a very, very, it's way different than searching for cars that you're familiar with. Gas, you know, the gas operated cars. On this, it's like, man, what in the heck do we really have to look for? Hertz was getting rid of theirs. We were looking at those.
Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Hertz Rent-A-Cars. So the prices went down and they were getting rid of their whole fleet. None of them had what we want. Another thing we do when we buy used cars is we look for ones that have everything.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to lose money on us when they sell.
So you get it loaded if you can.
Yeah. You got to be patient. And you buy a car with a ton of options and you try to get it like it was a used car that had no options. That's how we buy cars.
You want the overspenders who really overspent because they love that car.
And they want to get rid of it. After looking at the Hertz, I was like, man, none of them had what we want, which Steph really, really wants full self-driving FSD.
Yes.
So I found out that on Tesla's site, where you could buy a new car and a used car. It was so weird. I go on there and you put what model you want, color, list of things that you want your car to have. So we started looking around. Well, I was doing most of the looking.
It was Steve.
I was obsessed
with
all of it. So I was going, okay, we want full self-driving. So that was the number one thing in our criteria. And these cars would pop up. It's changing regularly. Like, you know, people are buying them.
He's showing them to me nonstop. Just wants me to be involved in it. And hey, look at these ones right here. I want you to just look through them. I'm like, they all look exactly the same.
So I kept seeing these cars and I'm showing Steph and she's just like, not...
eyes glazed over.
Not excited, not whatever. It's just like, okay.
I just know you'll know when you find the one and that's going to be fine with me.
I kept finding it, but they would keep disappearing. The ones with everything that we wanted on there. The main criteria was Steph wanted full self-driving. So when you filter that into all the cars, it obviously changes the price. Now, full self-driving on a brand new Tesla, any brand new Tesla, you're going to be paying a lot of money. But
I think they're 15 grand to add on that option.
We wanted long range and all-wheel drive, full self-driving, and another nice thing is they come with warranties. All their used cars come with warranties. So I've been looking for months, plugging in all the criteria, which was basically all the high-end stuff other than we didn't care about the color and the wheel size. The wheel size goes from 18 to 21 and they're fancier wheels. All the research I've done, people with the bigger wheels said that the 18 is a more practical choice because it's a comfortable ride because it has more of a sidewall to a tire and you don't wear the tires out as fast. Just recently, I was looking and there was one, I was like, I already knew that they were going fast. I was looking at the Model Ys and the Model 3. That's the two that we were interested in. The Model Ys are considerably more expensive unless you get the oldest one with no options. So we just narrowed it down to the Model 3. So I found one and I was like talking to Steph about it and she still was like, whatever. And I said, 'cause these are gonna go fast. It will go fast because I've already been seeing it. So she said, yeah, let's just get it. So we just clicked a button and we bought the car.
Well, let me tell you what happened from my perspective. Steve kept handing me the phone and saying, just look through these. And then he'd like leave and I'd be like looking through them all. And I'm like, they are all blind. I don't know. I don't care.
I wanted you to be a part of it.
I know, but if there was something that stood out, it was like, oh, I have to have a red one or whatever. That would make a difference. He was talking to my parents about it and he's like, well, I keep showing them to Steph and she doesn't seem that interested or whatever. And I was like, oh, I had no idea you were actually ready to pull the trigger. And so the very next one that he showed me, I'm like, let's get that one. Yeah. That looks good. I don't know.
All this time I had been talking to myself.
Right.
trying to show her all these cars.
Well, because I know how you are. Years you will research things.
Yeah.
So.
It's good though.
But they're also similar.
Yeah. It is good that all that time passed because I learned a lot more about the cars.
Yeah.
And also about the process. Although I wasn't prepared for the process. It is very, it's when you're first buying it, you're on your phone and you're buying a car on your phone. You're not talking to anybody.
Here's the biggest one for me.
It's so wild.
It's a stock photo.
Oh yeah.
There's no photo of the one you're going to get. You don't know what yours is going to look like. So
you just know the color and the wheels.
That's it.
And what it comes with.
Stock photo. So all of them that I'm looking at look exactly the same. They all kind of have the same features because he narrowed down to those same features. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And so there was nothing on there really to select from. Like locally, Steve had been looking for a long time, and they're just, everybody local is charging way too much compared to.
They're overpricing their cars if they truly want to sell them.
They can't compete.
And there's no warranty with them.
That's right.
Tesla gives you a warranty. There's 2 warranties. There's a basic warranty and the motor and the battery warranty. And they're very, very, for getting a used car, it's a fantastic warranty.
Yay.
You're looking at a stock photo, but when you got to read everything and it says, here's what you can expect from the cars. Like they consider it okay if it has a certain amount of scratches, like the length and whatnot. Like these are wear, the cars that have wear, and they consider this just normal wear. But the car will be completely gone through and make sure that it's up to Tesla's specs of what they want their car to be. Like she said, you're not seeing the picture of the car.
No.
And Steph was worried, what if it smells like cat pee or whatever?
Yeah. What if they were a smoker? I don't know. And so that's the weird, really, really, really weird thing for me about this is there's nobody you can ask anything about. You cannot see it. We don't even know where it's coming from. And it's bizarre. It's the weirdest thing, but there's also a simplicity to it that I love.
When you look at the cars, they do a score just like you would see on KBB, Kelly Blue Book and stuff. And it tells you, like it'll score the car. Like say if it's up to a 95, it'll say what number
I didn't
it is.
know that was in there.
There's also you get to see the report showing the history of the car.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
How many owners, any
Collisions.
accidents, any repairs made. If there were repairs made, it tells you whether it's structural. Because there was a couple of like that. We didn't want that.
Ours is nothing. One owner.
Yeah, one owner. And
low miles.
Didn't really care about miles because I've done a lot of research on those. Those things are going forever right now. Like Tesla's already proven that that's a long lifespan on them.
And they degrade in the battery, and that's what a concern is. It's like, well, my cell phone isn't great as 5 years ago or whatever, but it goes down so little on these Teslas for the battery, and it's been so many years now that there's some history to look at. So I feel comfortable with that.
They've got a tremendous track record now, and all the stuff that's done with a Tesla, it's all recorded, and they share it among all the cars, and they're constantly learning. You get upgrades, like every time there's an update, you get an update on your vehicle without even going anywhere.
Yeah, and if you don't buy the full self-driving, you can add it on, but you pay a lot per month. It's a monthly subscription, and I was like, I want the one that's got it included, and it wasn't extremely much more versus the other ones. It didn't look like.
We bought a used one.
So. Right, for used. And somebody had already paid for the whole thing. So I don't know, do they even offer that anymore? Full self-driving without a package, without paying monthly?
No, you could buy it. You can
outright buy it for $15,000.
And then at any minute they can lower or raise the price on that stuff. You can have a subscription, but that's irrelevant to us because we didn't want to do the subscription. She wanted the full self-driving. We got that.
Because they're going to update it all the time with all the newest models. It's going to have the same package.
Plus we could take a nap when we're driving.
Right.
Like on the freeway. But it's been, that whole experience was stressful at first, but then once you start doing, you'll get comfortable really quick. I'm not saying that you guys are buying one, but if you went online with any dealership, if they did this, when you start, it's so weird because you aren't talking to anybody. But once you get into it, it's the nicest thing. You don't have any cringy car salesman.
No upsell.
You don't have them like tricking you and just making you stay around the dealership forever. All that stuff.
They're not pressuring you
gone.
for clear coat and for whatever sanitization. There's nothing else to do.
Nothing. They're not trying to get you to hey, you sure you don't want to buy a new one? Or there's nothing. You pick that car, and all you got is a cartoon picture of it, stock photo of it.
It's a stock photo.
But you got to read what they say, like
this.
There's certain things you're going to expect.
That's all you get to see, and this isn't one. This is just on their site of one of the ones that's for sale. All you see is their stock photo and just a couple little things like, oh, it has autopilot.
Does it come with
whatever.
the color it says on there, the stock photo? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the stock photo will show the color. They have several colors. So that's what we're doing. This is
So we've got one coming.
Yeah. We're waiting for a text.
Oh, this is what's really weird.
So
at some point when we bought it, you can pick out your delivery location. And we had 2 to choose from. That must be dealerships or something near us.
Yeah, we're in California. And earlier you said you didn't know where it came from. It did come from
another California location?
In California, but farther away from us.
Okay, so you pay a transportation charge. I think it's $500 for them to get it to...
Not always. We're paying a transportation fee, but when you go on there and you're buying, it says that there may be one. It all depends on like where our dealership that they have to get it to us. But you might be in a spot where there won't be one. So
yeah.
But you'll know. They'll tell you what it's going to be.
So we bought it on the 15th. We didn't pay for it though. We paid for the deposit and we got the little charging thing.
Basically holding it.
Yeah, and it's being sent here. But we didn't want to pay until we actually see it. Because what if it does smell like cat pee? You have a chance to get out. But anyway, we didn't want to do it. But I looked, you can pay right away through Plaid, which I've used Plaid lots of times when we're wiring money between accounts or doing whatever. And it's safe and it's fine. And you can pay right there. It just comes out of your bank account. Anyway, that was on August 15th. And then at some point I put in our calendar August 23rd as the Tesla delivery. And so the 23rd comes and we're like, wonder if we're going to get it today, or whatever. And we don't know what's happening. So there's nothing. And all it says on there is just to check the app. It'll let you know when it's time to schedule your delivery. So that day passes and we're like, oh, Steve's like, well, I thought it was the 24th actually. And I was like, okay, maybe I put in the wrong date. We cannot find anything that says either of those dates anywhere. We don't know where we got it. I think it was probably on their app where it says like...
We have now on our phones, because you could do everything from your phone. You can run your car, you could do all that stuff. But on our phones, we can look up our... It
must have had it on there before we checked out. Like, estimated delivery would be between this and this.
Here's what I think. Because I started, it was taking so long, and so I started digging into what exactly they do. And we've been speculating on, did they take that used car? Because it's a one-owner car. So they might have just upgraded to a newer Tesla, which a lot of people do. So they might have taken that car, and the place that took it, maybe they didn't do any, the stuff that they go through the cars to make sure they're structurally, mechanical. They want them to be up to their standards. They bring the car to the place that's actually going to be getting it picked up. Maybe they're doing it. We don't know that process, but I do know it's a process that they go through to make sure everything is good, because they're given a warranty with this car. They don't want to have us coming in there constantly saying, hey, this is messed up or that's messed up.
We printed out a checklist of things you're supposed to look for first, and I guess you can tell them the things that need to be fixed or whatever, that are reasonable, and they'll fix them. So you do that before you pay. Check the inside, make sure, whatever it would be.
We're going to test everything to be what they say is acceptable. That's what we expect, and that's what we will hold them to. I know that Teslas, the wheels, for some reason, people get
curb rash.
Rub on when they're parking next to a curb. They get some
all
curb
of
rash
them.
there.
And since we've been looking, all of them
common.
have it. We see it on all the Teslas, and there's a ton of them
I don't know why the
here.
drivers, you got a car that will park itself. Even if you don't have the full self-driving, you got a car that will park itself.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that full self-parking works. That'll be nice.
So this whole process of how, when we get there, what it's like dealing with them. I really like the whole online thing now. I love the fact that there's no need to talk to anybody. When we go there and we inspect the car, and if everything is good, there's no reason to talk to anybody.
Then we leave that day and we're done.
Here's your car, and you drive off. So
it's so weird. The whole experience is weird. It's weird not having anybody to talk to. I did call yesterday, and
but it does say just so it's not like they're ignoring us.
No, this is how it is.
If you go on the site, all the things are checked off that we did.
Yeah.
And then there's one. It says appointment, set up appointment, and it says we will notify you
once you're ready
once your car is ready.
Yeah.
So it's not ready.
And the weird thing is, you do all of it on their app. You put your driver's license, you sign up for their insurance, you do whatever. And we can't pay for the insurance until the completion of the sale. So that will be done that day. And if we use their insurance, but at least I got a quote, I know it's going to be,
So
it's
we'll
pretty
be there and
cheap.
have to go register it too.
No, I think they'll register.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work.
We're going to find out.
But usually a dealership does the registration.
The thing we're most
we'll see.
excited about is not buying gas.
Yeah.
Like we're going to fuel at home. And
We got
not
the charger
buy
installed.
Gas. Yeah.
It came really fast, and our electrician guy that did our can lights, I asked him if he would do it. He did it so
said
fast.
He's done so many of those things. Yeah.
It was easy.
But it is just that alone. I can't wait to not go to gas stations.
I know. Here's a big thing, though, I have to tell you guys. You know how we're minimalists? Steve is determined to have one car and have us be minimalists. So we can't sell the 4Runner until December because we got it as a business vehicle.
It was part of our.
So it's
it was.
5 years.
Yeah, like we used that.
We got a tax credit
for our business.
Yes.
Like the liquidation business and stuff. It had to be a certain weight. So that's coming up, and then the 4Runner will be gone.
And the Prius is going to be gone too. One car, and I'm really nervous about it. I'm really, really, really nervous because we're in excess. We always had 3-4 cars all the time, and I mean we only drive one. We only drive the Prius.
We don't have 3 or 4 all the time.
We used to. We had the van, we had the FJ Cruiser.
But we would buy
4Runner,
cars. Listen, we buy cars.
We do.
And
It's
then,
an opportunity.
and then we end up flipping the car. But sometimes we might have more than one. We don't do that anymore. But we haven't had to purchase a car in some time, and we're doing this one the same way. We're getting one that was a great deal, and it has all the things.
I
It's
feel
got
like
all
we
the
got it
bells and
cheaper
whistles.
than what
There were several that went by like that. There
Yeah.
were several that I seen that went
I
by.
was just like, oh.
But you got to act fast if that's what you want. As far as like Steph was like, we're only going to have one car. There has been no time in history that it's been easier to not have a car or to have one car. You could literally have a person in a Tesla come and pick you up and take you to the grocery store, do whatever you want.
An Uber.
You could have your food delivered. All that stuff makes it so much easier. I think we will be totally fine with one car. It's going to be great to have one car.
One insurance. One registration.
No car payments.
Yeah.
Like all that. And with no gas station.
And we
I'm
can
so
probably
excited
sell the
about
4Runner for the price that we're paying for the Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't put many miles on the 4Runner, and they're holding their value so well. So we
once
got
the
it cheap.
4Runner's gone, our life even has fewer things.
It's a 2020. We forgot to tell you that. We got a year,
Yeah.
2020. It's 2024 right now. So it's 4 years old. 5, I guess, because it comes out the year
We've
before.
never owned a brand new car. As soon as they get a hold of us and say, come and get your car, we'll show you guys that process.
So you guys get to see it when we see it, whether there's dings, whether there's damage, whether it's
Maybe-
perfect,
yeah,
what if
maybe
it's
we'll be pissed off.
smoky. Cat
It
pee.
better not be smoky. That would be unacceptable.
I agree. Yeah, that's
Any odors would be unacceptable. And I don't think they would accept it either.
Seinfeld valet. That kind of odors in there? Not happening.
Yeah. As soon as we get a message, or actually a date, we'll take you guys with us to go get our Tesla.
Yeah, so
I do know that it's white. It's a Model 3. It's a long range. It has dual motors. It has front and rear heated seats. It has full self-driving.
it has a black interior.
Yeah, premium black interior. Hopefully the person that ordered all that stuff took good care of their car. Maybe they just drove on the freeway a lot,
Maybe.
like to work and back.
It's
We
happening.
will let you know when we're going because you'll be going with us.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life. Here's how you can search. Just go to the Tesla.com inventory, pick a car, let's say a Model 3. Here's the choices you could pick. Performance all-wheel drive, long-range all-wheel drive, long-range rear-wheel drive, mid-range wheel-wheel drive, Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Then you can pick your exterior paint, interior color, what size wheels you want. If you click this, you don't want any reported accidents. You could click autopilot or full self or both. You could get these additional options. Performance upgrade, ours has acceleration boost and heated seats. And you could also just narrow it down to a year. From 2018 to 24 is what they have available right now. We sort it low to high, and there you go. That's a standard range plus rear-wheel drive, 18-inch wheels, pearl white. Has autopilot, but it doesn't have full self-driving. Ours was cheaper than that. So you gotta keep searching because it changes constantly. So pretty cool and easy. You could also buy a new one. You could buy the Model S, the Model 3, the Model X, the Model Y. Super easy. Here's the one we got.